few hours later, and that is now up, resealed.
Butt cheeks. Right there.
Excuse me.
Right there. Oh my god. Burger for breakfast. We're going to put the holes in for the lights.
Yep.
Anybody want to buy a van? We're selling it. Because we're sick of it.
Welcome to a new vlog. Nick's just buttoning his shorts up. And if you saw the last vlog, you'll know that we have a leak in the van. We're back from the south of France, obviously. We're hoping to come back and no leaks, but we've got a leak.
We did. When we checked it out, we called at the storage yard on his way back. It was torrential rain, there was not a sign of a leak inside, and then this morning, it's pissing in.
Mm. It was really, really bad rain yesterday.
It's been bad for 10 days.
Yeah, so we've got a leak in the roof.
Two leaks.
Two leaks?
Yes, it's leaking from both sides.
Of the air vent. The max, is it a max air vent?
It's the cheap version.
Yeah.
But it's nothing to do with the vent, it's to do with the fact that we've not battened it down and put enough Sikaflex on. So we're going to daub it today.
So we're off to Wicks. We're off to Wicks.
This is what we're going to put on the wall, the secret wall. However, it's a little bit light. So what I might do is put some linseed oil on it to darken it, because if you wet it,
it goes darker.
It goes darker. So if I put some linseed oil on there, it'll give it the right depth. I've got a walnut colour one turning up, but it's flexible because it's on a sponge, and the wood is about 1 mil thick, which means that we can cut it down there and then put the hinge in the door in the black, get the black hinges, so it'll sit inside that gap and then open up. And if you look, it opens to that angle before the hinge starts impeding the next piece of wood. If that makes sense. So
we're not letting the leak dampen our spirits, are we? We're just cracking on.
Literally dampening our spirits.
And getting on with it. And we need to take all this rubbish to the bins.
So I can't remember whether we showed these or not, but I will show you guys anyway. We ordered these replacement key fobs because the ones that came with the van had the broken clips here. They were full of paint. So I got these off Amazon. They were £6 each. It's just a case of replacing the key with the key here. Like that, and then inside it there's a little RFID chip that you have to just put in a little slot, and then you just change the battery and the electronics over, and it basically it's a brand new key. The only thing it doesn't have is the VW logo on the back. Now I did take it off the old key, but it was bent and battered, so I'm not going to bother. But brand new key, £6 off Amazon.
Here we are again, home from home at Wicks.
Right, that is 1:30, so we can get a... Yeah.
So we're just measuring up for the electrical board.
Yeah, and before we left as well, we took these brackets off, and these doors are driving me nuts, so we need to get like a hook and eye now for this, somehow. Between there and there, it'll have to be a bigger knot.
Alright, come on, into Wicks. Right, we're also after a cordless sander. There we go. Gonna get it from Wicks, so it's the same, how much? 60 quid? 65 quid, same battery. I don't think that offer's on anymore, where you get a free battery.
Right, that'll do.
Right, wood got... Is that everything? Sander, wood, some sander sheets.
And a 12mm plyboard for the electric panel, which needs to be chopped in two. And 2 pieces put together to make it 24mm so the screws go in.
How's it going?
Wet.
Wet.
There's so much water under the frame. I need to put a lot more sealant on the next time.
So we've got the vent off, and hopefully we're going to seal it better. Right, a few hours later, and that is now up, resealed, a new frame around, as you can see in wood. Fingers crossed that will stop it from leaking. And Nick's also made this, which is a double thick piece of wood for the electricals. So it's going to be the electrical board basically. All the electrical is going to go on there, and it's cut out to fit there. The wires will come through it, it'll go over the wheel arch. This paint is an acrylic eggshell. We're actually going to do the entire van in this. So it'll offer a waterproof protection, but it'll also give it the decor that we need as well, without the undercoat. It's like a trade paint, so you only need like 2 coats. Morning, welcome to the next day. Sun's trying to get out, Nick's making breakfast, and today, are we going to do some cladding?
Yeah. I'm going to test the roof. We're just going to put a hose pipe on the roof and then...
Test the roof.
But I think it'll be fine, and where we've done the roof now, even if it leaks, it won't affect it. It'll just come through the gap around the cladding, so...
But we don't want any...
I've got a pounding headache. I feel like I've got a hangover, but I've not had a drink.
I feel alright. We both felt like, ugh, since we got back from France, don't know why. But I feel alright this morning, thank God.
Butt cheeks, right there.
Excuse me?
Right there, not all down my legs and my back are aching. Because I've gone back into doing stuff in the van, haven't I?
Glad you clarified that. I need to do some tidying up this morning as well because I can't live like this anymore. We're basically living in a warehouse.
Well, the sooner we get it done...
It's doing me nutting. It's doing me nutting.
Well, let's put it this way. All that electrical stuff will be gone once we start assembling that electric board. I might actually start that tonight because all my crimps have arrived.
Right, we're on his way to where we're going to work today at the garage. We've got to call it B&Q apparently. For
long thin nails for the cladding.
Long thin nails for the cladding. We're going to finally, hopefully, fingers crossed, get some cladding in. And paint some of it white perhaps as well, just to see how bright it's going to make it in there.
So that electric board yesterday, it was glaring me eyes when we painted that.
So we've got a few days, it's Friday today, so we've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday where we can really crack on with this, hopefully. And then Monday, our friends Hannah and Mark and their kids are coming for the week. And they're going to help. Mark's coming up. We did say we're going to be working on the van when they asked if, you know, what we're doing next week. And I said, it's fine, we can come up, we can help, we can just chill out, we can have some meals together, etc. So they're coming up and they're going to help, and we'll probably have a day off and go out somewhere. So that's the plans for the next week ahead. I'm still editing the France videos, which I'm quite enjoying, and I'm enjoying it. As I said before, when I get back from a trip or something and then I have to edit everything, it's like I relive the trip when I'm editing it, and it's really nice. If you'll have seen them by now, but if you've not checked out our French videos, go and check them out on the channel.
Our French videos?
Yeah, our France videos, voilà, s'il vous plaît. So go check those out, s'il vous plaît, merci, and I'm sure you'll enjoy those. So next stop is B&Q.
And then the van is in the garage next Friday to have its drive belt changed because of that weird noise it's making.
Yeah.
Whether we mentioned that, I don't know.
It's making a weird noise. I think we may have mentioned it. It's making a weird noise, but it's a drive
Only
belt.
when you start it, but the garage said it's a drive belt.
It's going to look at that. We need our water bottle replacing because it's leaking, and it's just going to do like a general look at it, make sure there's nothing majorly wrong with it.
As well.
The cabin lights aren't working, and he's going to put some conduit in for us as well. So a few things that Taylor's going to get sorted and upgraded. That's next week as well. And so that's the plans. Ooh, that smells nice.
Should we have his dinner there?
Breakfast. There's dinner.
Well,
what time is it?
An early lunch.
Well, I've only got chocolate and cheese in my snack box today.
That sounds good.
Right, pick and mix screws.
I'm going to get some of these and then some longer ones just for the bits where it's like bellowed at the side.
It's not as exciting as Wilco's pick and mix, is it?
Not quite.
And I'm devastated to hear that Wilco's might be going out of business because yeah, they're on the brink of bankruptcy.
Wilkinson's?
Yeah. Might have happened already by now. Hopefully not. Hopefully somebody will buy them out because I love a good mooch around Wilco's.
Oh my god, burger for breakfast.
Well,
we're filthy pigs, aren't we?
We've got a busy day ahead, so not got much time to eat today.
And we still get chocolate and cheese. Right, so we've got our screws, we've got everything we need.
Right, screws on down there.
We're hoping that the roof that we fixed yesterday is not going to leak. I'm pretty sure it won't now, but time will tell. Right, we're here. We're in the van. We've just got set up. So emptied the van and got all the stuff in the garage, and the roof's all ready. We're just working out now how we're going to apply the battens. So the plan is, I've just measured the battens. So with these 84mm battens all the way across, it works out at 15 battens across and 3/4 of a batten spare. So if we start in the centre, then 3/4 are going to be divided at either end. However, I don't see how we can avoid it. And we've also just realised as well, at the back of the van, the very last bit, there's no wooden strut to fasten the cladding on. So we're going to start at the front and then deal with that problem as we get to it. Right, this needs to be just done slowly and cleanly.
Right, the new sander is out. We did actually use it yesterday.
We tested it briefly.
Yeah.
It's weird that you've got no handle, but you literally just put it Perfect.
progress report how we're doing.
It was going well. But because of the skylights, it creates...
Not the skylights, you mean these lights?
No.
Oh, the skylights.
Yeah. It creates an issue of getting the lights, because they have to go in pieces to get around the plastic trim. The problem is, 2 pieces together needs to make sure that the next edge is perfectly straight, and if you look at it down, it bows like that. So we're now jigging with the next piece before we put this one in, dodging the wires. We're getting there.
Right, we're on to the difficult lat.
This has got to be, we've got to put the holes in for the lights.
Yep.
We've got to line it up to this one. It finishes midway, then we've got to run another one to the back.
So we've just got to do the lights, which will come through at these stages. So Nick's got to do a multi-hole saw.
We've got to put the 3 holes in, and then suspend it in the ceiling, thread the wires, notch it into the tongue and groove, and then screw it to the battens, all in one swift move.
Easy.
So this is this the back? No, this is the...
No, that's the back. That's the back, because you drew on the front.
Right, okay, so we need it as close to the edge as possible so it doesn't interfere with the tongue and groove, and it needs to be at that position. Happy with that?
No, because it's not middle. It's not in middle.
Well, can't help that. That's
Don't
where
you
the
need
lights...
the lights in the middle of a beam.
No, we need the lights to be in the middle of the roof.
Okay.
Well, double check it.
I thought you'd want the lights in the middle of a beam.
It's going to push the lights that way a little bit, so it's going to be about here instead of here. I mean, I can do. Because if it goes wrong, I can just blame you. There?
Mm-hmm.
Happy with that?
Yep.
Right, hold on. Switch it into drill mode. Here we go. Ooh, that were loud. Ready?
Yep. There we go.
One light. Need to sand that off. Right, next one. Right. We now need to know if I've done the right hole sizes. So, which is the... So the wires will go into the ceiling like that. And the little clips. Ooh, no.
Too big.
Too small.
Ah.
Ooh. It fits. Whether it'll come out is another thing. I'll just get rid of the crap off here. A bit close to the edge, but never mind. Right, hardest bit, getting the lights out. Oh dear.
Stuck.
Yep. It's because, I'll show you in a second the reason why. This might be a problem.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, but once it's in the ceiling, there'll be no option to do this. The problem we've got is it's the thickness of that. The hole saw is the thickness of that. It's not factoring in that. So, what we'll need to do before we actually finally put the lights in is just get the file and just file a groove there and a groove there, just to take the edge off, just to slot these into those areas.
Right, coming along nicely.
It's a lot neater than I thought it was going to be honest.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Just seeing how many it's going to take to get to the end. Oh no, there's a slip.
Oh shit, I almost slipped. The thing is, on that wall, it's not.
Yeah.
It's just because the van's not even. Everybody else is going to face this problem. I don't know how we're going to fix it, but...
So that's what we've done so far, and it goes all the way back here.
We've got it lined up. Now, most people, when they do a van conversion, attach their beams to the bottom of the metal. We put ours on the side, so it gives us the depth of the wood even higher. So Leigh's head now, there's about that much gap above his head.
Oh, and yours.
Yeah. Shower, I don't know how we're going to do that.
We'll get to it when we get to it. Right, this is where we're at the moment.
We got it all done up to there, and it fitted beautifully. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apart from the bit above the door, we have got to think about how we're going to do that. But we've got this piece in. We're now going to put the two holes for the central lights. But we're just trying to work out what the midpoint is.
Looking pretty good so far.
We're going to be quite on the edge. The light here, like close to the edge.
We've almost run out though, haven't we?
Yeah, we need to do the wicks.
Right, we're back in our favourite place of the moment.
Is that it?
Wicks. 5
metre.
I don't know. We've run out of cladding, so we needed to come for some more. Why, what? Do you think it's a bit too...
I don't know. I can't remember what size we got.
I presume that's it.
Well, the van is 4 metres long and 2... That's right, yeah.
So, how many do you think we need?
10.
10?
At least 10. 10 packs later, and it's bolting it down, so we're going to test this for the roof leaks. Hopefully we've not done too much cladding on that side, in case we have to take it back off again. But fingers crossed, what we did the other day has actually fixed it. And we were just coming out the car park, and I said to Leigh was trying to figure out how to get out the car park, obviously, because the van's a long wheelbase van. And he was literally driving around the car park like the cycling proficiency test that you used to do at school. And then he said, "What the hell's the cycling proficiency test? You'd never heard of it, had you?"
Well, I may have heard of it, but I never, a long time ago, I never taken it. I never had it, whenever at my school, I don't think.
Every school had it.
Well, I've never heard of it at school.
Because you never paid attention at school, that's why.
Yeah, but I used to ride a bike, I didn't have to take a test.
You don't have to take a test. You don't, in fact, just first of all, if anybody remembers the cycling proficiency test, comment below. I remember at my school having it in the junior school. It was actually scrapped in 2005, I just googled it, but it was like a standard that was run like the Royal Society of something to prevent accidents. It's now changed to something called bikeability that gives people like minimum standards to drive on UK roads. Anyway, I remember loads of people in my class at school doing their cycling proficiency test, and I remember thinking, why do you need that when you can still ride a bike on the roads anyway? But there we go. Never heard of it. Just a bit of 60s, 70s, 80s trivia. But it was, like I said, it was scrapped in 2005. Right, we're back. I don't know why I'm knackered. I've only literally just gone and got the camera out of the bag. What's with air?
What do you mean?
It's vertically fluffy. We've just had a dinner. I'm just running a bath because I feel a bit tired again.
A bit shitting.
A bit shitty. I'm just running a bath. I've just put some nice smellies in it and it's bubbling up.
I'm watching Heartstopper season 2.
Yeah, I wanted to watch the rest of it, but it's just a bit boring, really.
Take your tablet into bath.
I can't be bothered. So after all the bending and lifting, we're aching at the minute. We didn't film the finishing the roof off, but we've actually completed the roof now. We had to go. We filmed Wicks, didn't we?
Went to Wicks, got some more bits.
Yeah.
It was raining, so I couldn't be bothered getting in and out and getting cameras. And stuff.
So we finished the roof. We're not gonna fill the nail heads in and paint it until all the cladding's done, and we know where we're not having to take things off. Because we found that we were having to unscrew things, to slacken the lats to get the next one in. So we've decided we're going to just get it all finished before we do all the filling in. And there's a lot of filling in and a lot of painting. So that's one thing that you can do.
Are we cladding? What do you mean one thing? I'm there doing everything with you.
You're tidying up.
Are we going to do the side of the walls tomorrow?
Yes, we're also going to chisel out the side bits for the lights and get the lights fitted so we can get rid of those wires dangling as well. But they'll not be powered. And then when Mark and Hannah come up, me and Mark are going to assemble the electrics and then install the electric board. And then
me and Hannah's
the solar panels should charge the batteries and give us some electric inside. Right, 8 AM. It's been raining all night.
It's been raining literally all night.
Pounding it down. Not just raining, pounding it down.
I kept waking up and it was raining and raining. There's been ducks and stuff on the roof all morning.
Pigeons.
All sorts of stuff.
I'm going to go out and check the van. See if it's rained in, because that's the ultimate test. I beg that it doesn't do it again. But saying that, we had 4 weeks that we did the original skylight, and then it rained after 4 weeks. So this can't be a true test.
Just go and check. I'm just editing.
Oh, I'm dreading it. Here goes. I can't see any water splatters, and I can't see any dribbles. So that's a good thing so far. So this is the rest of the roof. Let me bend down so you can see it. So we did that when we were at the garage yesterday, and we're going back there today to put all these on there and on there. And then hopefully, when we get these panels in here, we're going to lat that side, and then I've got some oak latting turning up for that, and then somehow we have to build a wooden structure around here, put the LED lights in it, and seal it all off and paint it. And then once all the woodwork's done, we've got to fill all these little holes here with wood filler, and then sand them down, and then paint the whole thing, which is going to take absolutely ages. Now let me fool Lee and tell him it's leaked. Not good news.
Why?
I'm just kidding. It's not leaked.
Nothing at all.
No. Are you worried?
Well,
are you concerned?
You being you, I knew you couldn't just give a straight answer straight away, so you have to wind people up.
Right, coffee time.
Right, we're ready and we're out. It's a weekend. It's raining again, obviously, because that's all it does in the UK at the moment. We are going to finish, well, not maybe finish, but carry on with some more cladding today.
Hopefully we can finish it.
Hopefully we can finish it, yeah. And then once we finish the cladding, it can get on with putting some wood sealant in around the screw holes and some joins and some holes and stuff that the wood's got in it. And then we can get to painting, which will really change the look of the van then.
Make it look more...
brighten it up, it'll make it look more like a motorhome camper van. So that's today's plan. We've got us lunch, we've got some tuck-ins, we've got a Kit Kat, we've got some crisps, we've got a flask of tea.
Cheese? Have we got some cheese?
No, I was going to put cheese in, but I thought no, because that's eating more than we usually eat, and it helps us lose a little bit of weight before our next Florida trip when we're doing the van, when we don't eat as much.
Florida trip when we're doing the van? What the hell are you talking about?
When we're doing the van, we don't eat as much, so it's better for when we go to Florida next, because we maintain our lovely physiques. So yeah, that's what we're doing today.
That noise in the van?
Yeah, you might not be able to hear it, but there is a noise, the cam bell. Is it the cam bell?
No, it's not the cam bell.
What bell?
Drive belt.
The drive belt, which is going to hopefully, fingers crossed, be sorted next week.
Screeching and ticking and rattling.
So fingers crossed there's nothing else wrong with the van. There was no leaks, as Nick showed you this morning, thank goodness.
Well.
It is still raining, but we're just going to crack on. Right, the first job on a morning, as always, when Nick's been in the van for an hour on his own, is to tidy up the absolute disgrace that is left. But look at the look at the roof.
Look at the lights.
Yeah, that's how we are at the moment. Lights in, roof on, no leaks.
You get on with that. I'm gonna have a cup of tea. Anybody want to buy a van? We're selling it. We're sick of it. because the frigging roof is leaking again, but not at the skylight that we fixed yesterday or the day before. Now it's leaking at the other skylight that we've already fixed in the past.
But the good news is,
no, it's not.
Are we at this one?
Well, yeah, because I fixed it.
But you said you were.
I said I had to go back and put some proper sealant on it, and I've not got around to doing it.
Yeah.
All I've put on is like a brown mastic, which is like a putting that never ever sets. It's just a filler. But because of the moving of the skylight in and out and the screwing of the cladding, it's cracked the mastic, so there's like a gap in it and water's got in and we've just seen drips inside. So we're racing to a builder's merchant to get the same stuff that we used to fix the side window, because that's really flexible and jelly-like. A lot of people say to use Sikaflex, which is great in as adhesive, but it's not super flexible, and this thing is basically made for high movement areas. It's called Bondit, Builder's Silicon, and it was really good at sealing that window, and we've actually sealed the other skylight with it as well. So
how come when I watch all other travel like van lifers,
because they don't show it. That's why
all these leaks don't seem to happen on their videos.
They'll have a leak, they just won't show it. But we like to be open and honest.
If you're a van lifer and you've had leaks, let us know.
Every van lifer's had a leak, I'm telling you now, and I bet every one of them carries a bottle of sealant in the back of the can of the van as well.
Have to do that, yeah.
So the builder's merchant, we're going to get this from closest at one, so we've got to race down there. The only thing that I'm concerned about, and I'm not concerned, is I want it to look pretty. Not pretty, but I don't want it to look bodged. On the roof, you literally have to daub it with sealant. So
that's fine.
The colours that they have are grey, brown and black. Grey's the nearest one. The mastic that's on there is brown. It looks like putty on a window. So they also is the other issue as well is the Metic skylight that we've got has a really bad design. It's got little drain holes, but they're like a few millimeters from where the sealant goes. So to get the sealant in, I'm going to have to block the drain. So I might have to put some little grommets in the drains just so it's got water access. I don't know.
Would it not just been easy to get a better design?
Yeah, but it's a bit too late now. Right, get us to this builder's merchant. Right, we've been to the builder's merchants. They didn't have enough of what we needed. They only had one tube left, but I might have enough with this one and the one that we've got half used at, I was going to say at the van, but we're in it. We're on our way back now to our workshop, and the garage, the builder's merchant also recommended this, which is a white version of this that basically is called the business. Sticks anything to anything, weatherproof and super flexible. However, we know that the grey stuff works, so we're going to stick with that for the time being.
Right, we think we've fixed the leak again.
We'll show you a picture of exactly what the roof looks like now. If that leaks now, then we need to just get some metal, take the skylight out and weld it sealed, because we're not having one.
Next job, that's the GoPro in the background. Next job, get some more cladding on.
But these is where the electric wires run behind the wall. So we need to make sure that when we put the cladding on that we follow this. So we know when we put the units on, which are, the beams are there and there, we don't end up drilling into the wires. Right, we're cracking on now. We've just got these in about 20 minutes. The curvature of the van means that it joins there, joins at the end, but then has a gap here. So what we've decided to do is we're either going to put a little bit of decorator's caulk in there, or maybe just put like a very thin, slim pine beam and then just paint it like the rest. But as you can see, it follows the curvature of the van now, and it's starting to look good. Here, where we put the beams for where we're going to like assemble the TV and things like that, the problem we've got is these beams here go from here to here and stand out. We took them out because we put the bed in here, so the wall depth here, between here and here, is actually about that far further back. So when we get to this point here, we're going to have to start putting packers in, and then it will actually stand for about 3/4 of an inch off this wall, which will make this shelf a little bit deeper, but unfortunately the widthways will be a little bit less.
Right, next hard bit. We were just putting this up and completely didn't realise, obviously this is...
Wait a minute.
Well, it was me, because it was my size. This is where the shelf is going for his feet or whatever. So we put it on anyway.
We've got two choices to do this now. We can either mark it, measure it,
Jigsaw
take it off and jigsaw it, or I can use the oscillator to get it up to the point and then jigsaw it while it's in the frame. Or take it off complete, or just route to oscillate the whole thing, or go up to this mark here, because we're starting to use packers now as well. Up to this mark here, and then, no, I don't know.
Would the oscillator be able...
It'd be noisy.
Well, no, I mean straight cut. It's got to be pretty straight.
Well, I just cut that with an oscillator.
Yeah.
As long as I get it like started off and draw the line, it should be fine, but...
Yes, these things are noisy.
Very noisy.
So it's starting to look like a Swedish sauna. Not that I've ever been in a Swedish sauna, but...
selling it to me.
Well, it's obviously going to look like that, isn't it? Because it's all wooden.
Right.
So it's going to be white at some point, all this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to painting it actually. I mean, I hate normally painting, but...
I just don't know what best to do, because the problem when you're doing a van, you can't rely on like spirit levels and straight corners and squares and things like that. So if I cut that to that level, I guarantee when I get to here, because I can already see it's longer there than it is here. So, unless I get it right here, draw a line and then use the jigsaw in the wall.
You could do.
Never done that before.
This is going to be fun.
Safety goggles.
Let me get them. They are here. Well, that seemed to go okay.
It did, didn't it? Hold on.
A lot easier than I thought.
I'm impressed. Right, I'm going to put a blue spacer here. Just there. And then another one here. And then what we're doing, because we're going to be filling... That's a bit tight, wait a minute. Oh, very tight. Because we're going to be filling these nail heads, we're using a... when I can find it, on our impact driver we're using a countersunk, like a little grinder that grinds the heads. So I'll show you what it does. So if I'm going to put a screw here on this beam, it literally just creates a little hole, and then the screw sits inside it, and then when we fill it with wood filler, you can sand it down and paint it, and you won't see any of these screws when it's finished. That'll be your job.
Nice leak-free skylight there.
You're hoping. It cannot possibly leak. Now, the way I've done it now, with the pictures that we showed you earlier, it cannot leak. If it leaks, then the van just needs replacing. Simple as that.
Invaluable, that square, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a shame we've got two.
I know.
In fact, we've lost the other one again.
We lost one, had to buy another one, found the other, and now lost the other.
Another example of the weird contours of the van. Look at that. So the van actually comes out at the back. So when I put this piece in, I've measured it at its longest width. And then what I will do is I will hold it up there and then scribe it in. And then when I cut it, it should literally fit flush up to that and fit that exact. We'll just see if it does. Where's my pencil?
What about a sander?
Wait a minute. Right, so it's out, which I knew it would be. So now we just need to scribe it. So if I put my pencil here and then follow it down. Oh, wait a minute. And then follow it down. I can't do it for holding it and trying to show camera. Right, so it's running off, the swine. Wait a minute. To get a proper pencil instead of these big marker pens that Leigh bought.
Proper workers' pens and
Yeah, the rubbish.
pencils.
Right, there we go. So it's a bit of an higgledy-piggledy line, but if I do this, it should fit. Ooh, it's a micro now, but if I sand that, it'll be fine. Just going to take a little bit more off because it's got a bit of a... lip. All these edges will be covered by like a trim to cover the corners anyway, but now, I'll just get that off. That should. It says, oh, it needs a little tiny bit more off. Just a slither. Got to be careful with this cladding because it's very, very fragile and just splits. There we go. Perfecto.
Perfect.
And runs with the contour of the van. Now we have to do the same with this.
For the shelf.
Spider. There we go. Countersunk heads in to hide the screw heads, and it fits. And we have to be very careful here now because these lines signify where the wires are behind the wall. So I just need to put in some like avoid areas so the wires actually do run down here and then come down to this point here. So
and that's going to be a bedside cabinet, a bedside lamp.
Yeah, that's the power for it anyway. Don't know whether the camera will focus or not, but you can see there's a little bit of a curvature on the wall there where this should have been packed out a little bit more. But we've got the blue spaces in there, bringing it out a little bit. So it's going well. We've got this little wire, which will be for the TV, which will go there. If not TV, it will be like an art installation on there. We've got an idea what we want. We just now need to decide where we want our light switches. So one of them will control the LED strips at the top and step, and then the other one will turn on the lights here.
So I'm thinking, when you're out here and you open the door, you need to be able to...
So where?
Somewhere here.
Well, there then?
Somewhere here.
There? Right there.
What, is
it's
that,
a double switch.
Is that fine for when you're inside as well? It's not too low.
No, it's fine.
Somewhere there then, yeah.
Right, so we're gonna... So it's gonna be on the next lap down then, I think.
Okay. So
yeah?
Get another one on first.
Yeah. And these lights that we got, they're really good actually. You turn them on, they've got memory. You can dim them by touching the button individually and holding it in, and then you can also turn them into a blue reading light, but they operate individually but also as a series. We have tested it, but not integrated into like the van system. We can't do that until the electric systems are put in. Hopefully, back end of this week.
Even though it's Saturday.
Back end of next week then.
It's raining, so we've had to close all the doors.
Perfect. This is exactly why we got a garage, so we didn't get wet and his tools didn't get wet.
Just moved all the tools into the garage and just working in the van now. Right, quick update. This is where we are. Right, we're just about to put this one on here, so it's going pretty well so far, isn't it?
This is going really fast because we're not putting bits on it. It's literally sheet after sheet after sheet.
Yeah, and we've finished that. It's a little bit wobbly there, but we're going to straighten that out, and you won't see that because it's going to have a shelf on it. But going pretty good so far.
Right, we're done for today. We've packed up. We've got the wall done right down to the bottom. We've got the wires in. There's a few trim areas where we'll just put skirting boards on at the end. We still have to work out how we're going to do around the door, but I think I'm just going to build like a box that comes out, and the top bits, the LED lights are going to go in. But I'm really pleased with that. So we've got little notes that I wrote to myself that the wall's got depth there. It's got depth there. There's depth there for a light switch or 2 light switches. That's going to be a bedside lamp. And then tomorrow we need to do this bit, and then we need to put some lining on the shower wall on both sides and then clad that as well. And then that's the cladding done. We then need to fill it and paint it. We need to put a little slip here as well. Up here.
We're back at the lodge and just having a gin and a beer, and Nick's creating some food.
I'm making a Lloyd Grossman, tomato basil, and then when we went to Lidl the other week we got this tomato fritto con something. Tomato sauce with fried onions. I've got pre-cloved
fried onions. Let me look at it.
Pre-cloved garlics with some corn and some gluten-free.
I need to see all this stuff.
It's all there.
So,
And there's your wages for today.
where did we get that from? Can't remember.
Lidl.
And yeah, we got these. I'm hoping these are nice. Do
They
they?
don't taste of anything. I've just eaten
Really?
nothing.
Because the pain in the ass getting an onion ready. Should we have a cracker with cheese on?
And a bit of hummus.
Yeah.
Pasta's done. I'm just about to put the garlic. They look like garlic cloves, but they're cooked, I think. And there we go. All the clock. Because Lee's just leisurely doing nothing.
Excuse me, I'm on the
And I'm making some... Well, it's going to do it again.
It's all not working.
Oh, well. Maybe it's telling you need to hold this camera so I can finish burning tea.
It won't call anyone.
Oh, maybe you've not paid your bill.
I'll reset it. Almost ready?
Needs more garlic.
More garlic?
No, I meant this. Ooh, that smells nice. That smells like pizza topping. I want a double dip, I'm sorry. Oh, it's very...
It looks like pizza topping as well.
There's no fried onion in that, unless it's right down at the bottom. Yeah? There's nothing in it, it's like a smooth puree.
Are you sure it's not pizza topping? Don't put too much in.
Yeah, but I've got to soak it into the pasta, remember?
Well, true. Freaking hell, how much you putting in?
Needs more.
What? All over your hands?
Yeah.
This is the state of the weather at the moment. Another lovely summer day in the UK.
But we don't care because we're busy.
We're just catching up on Star Trek.
Stupidest episode ever made.
Strange New Worlds, Subspace Rhapsody, the singing episode.
I'm afraid Buffy did it first and nobody can beat Buffy.
No, the Buffy singing episode was the best musical episode of a TV show that wasn't a musical ever.
Who else did it as well and tried to do it?
I can't remember, but I think Buffy started it off and it was brilliant.
And everybody else tried to copy.
Yeah, but I'm persevering. That's what we're trying to run my dad for, to see if he's watched it yet, because I bet he's like, it's bloody stupid.
Well, it bloody well is.
Welcome to the next day.
We're about to start again.
Yeah, we're about to start again. We've just had a delivery of a sink for the van.
Looks quite nice. What's all this? Oh, it's all the drainage. Oh, I've just bought one from Timo.
I'll
show you my
Tim with
order
it
later on the next vlog.
So we've gone for black stainless steel, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, it's a very nice. It's not.
How
I
big
thought
is
it was
it?
going to be plastic, but it definitely is like a quality black.
To make sure we don't scratch that. I know it's stainless steel like, but
So we're going to have it installed that way.
yeah.
You should have it installed that way. Depends on the depth of the worktop, but we'll see when we actually get to that stage.
So I'm going to finish the vlog. On the next vlog, Hannah and Mark are coming. They're actually coming a day early. They're set off today. Well, they're setting off at any time now. It's going to take them 5 to 6 hours to get up. So that'll be the next vlog. So thanks for watching today, guys. Hit the like button, click the notification bell, drop us a comment below. Hope you're enjoying our van build. Even though we're getting frustrated with leaks and things like that, we're still enjoying it and we're looking forward to all the progress each day. We'll show you what that is on the next vlog. See you on the next one.